welcome to Every Day is Funny. Sunday, May 19th. I thought today we could get right into the comics. Chill Sunday vibes. You don't need to hear my innate musings every day. But I did realize very quickly that yesterday was the 20th episode. And I don't know if 20 episodes is much of a milestone or something to celebrate, but I felt like it should have at least been acknowledged. And so to make up for that, I just now wrote a little haiku for this show and this topic that I'd like to share. Close your eyes and take this one in, won't you? Feel free to snap afterwards. Actually, I guess people don't snap for haikus. That's kind of the one form of poetry that kind of prohibits snapping. Anyway, here it is. Newspaper comics. Sip strong coffee and vibe out. Rex Morgan for Prez. Thank you. Maybe by episode 50, or for episode 50, I should say, I'll do a reworking of Billy Joel's We Didn't Start the Fire and replace every lyric with a newspaper comic reference. Maybe I won't do that though, that sounds like a lot of work. Alright, let's get straight into the comics today. Comics Kingdom is featuring a comic called Shoe. Simple as that. And so I'm going to heed the advice of the great kingdom of comics and read today's Shoe. Let's check the about of Shoe before we jump right in. The comic strip Shoe is populated by the feathered denizens of Treetops, East Virginia. The main characters are P. Martin Shoemaker, Professor Cosmo Fishhawk, and Roz Specklehen. Alright, I feel like the creators had to have been on something when they came up with that bit of nonsense, you know? But let's take a look. It seems to be about birds who live in trees. I feel like that's the simpler about. Let's check it out. Okay, a priest bird at a bar. He looks like both a priest and a bartender is talking to a man having a drink. The priest bartender says, "Do you believe in the hereafter, Biz?" Biz says, "Oh yes. Whenever I go into a room, I wonder what I'm here after." Biz is getting older. Even birds face the same cognitive decline that humans do, is the message of Shoe today. I am very curious, though, if this man is a priest or a bartender. Also, Biz, maybe if you stopped going too hard into the sauce, your memory might improve. I'm not here to make any objections about how humanoid birds live their life. But sometimes the answer is right in front of us, and we just don't want to acknowledge it. That's a bit of Sunday wisdom for y'all. Alright, let's move right along to Blondie. A classic. Sunday, May 19th. We got a long one. We got basically a full pager here. A car honks. Blondie, I presume, says from downstairs, "Your carpool is getting anxious, dear." Dagwood, doing some classic cartoon running with cloud lines and lines in general, says, I know. Then he says, "Oh my gosh." "My briefcase." Blondie says, "Right behind you." Dagwood says, "I gotta run, I can't be late again." She says, "Have a great day, dear." They're also kissing. They're somehow talking and kissing at the same time. Something only a cartoon character could achieve. And he's mid-run. Dagwood's quite a triple talent. A triple threat, I should say. The man can kiss, run, and talk at the same time. Anyway, sorry. Then he says, "Hold on, I almost forgot." He goes back inside. Blondie says, "What did you forget, dear?" "Something upstairs." "The boss told me I could show up an hour late because I did such a good job yesterday on a big contract." And then he completely strips, says yes, and goes back into bed. Blondie says, "You climbed back into bed for only 1 hour, honey?" Dagwood says, "I can't let the boss down." Wow, what an odyssey. And so who's the carpool guy? We're not gonna acknowledge his anger anymore? Is Blondie gonna have to tell him to go away or wait another hour? I didn't know Dagwood was someone who took such little stock in the feelings of others, but this feels like that scene in Airplane where the taxi driver thinks he's gonna be waiting 2 minutes and then we cut to him after credits and he's still just waiting there. It's the same thing with Dagwood's driver. I can't condone this behavior. Let's check the comments. David Ricard, "What's the carpool doing meanwhile? See? And what's the point of a running out the door gag without Dagwood running over Mr. Beasley?" Okay, I don't know what that last part means, but I agree. What's the carpool doing? Can we see what he's up to? I'm gonna give him an upvote just for that carpool reference. All right, let's go to high and lows. Just hitting all the classics today. All right, the baby is sitting next to the dog of the family, who is, I know babies are small, but this dog is massive. Good Christ. And the baby thinks, "What would you want to be, dog, if you weren't a dog? Everybody wants to be a star." The baby's thinking everybody wants to be a star? Then she's with her brother who's playing a guitar. She says, "Chip wants to be a rock star. Dot wants to be a movie star. Ditto wants to be a sports star. I just want to be the star of this family. Sunbeam is the only real star around here." I think the last time we read High and Lois, this baby was also interested in sunbeams. Does every High and Lois end with a reference to the sun? That's pretty funny. I love that every joke amounts to just a gratitude for sunbeams. That's very sweet. I also find it interesting that the baby does not acknowledge the parents, as if the parents have no hopes or dreams. Everybody's got hopes and dreams. And what does the baby mean by it wants to be the star of this family? Is that favoritism for the youngest that tends to be the trend? Also, the baby should probably stop staring at the sun. All right. Let's do one more. And I would be going to Rex Morgan at this point, but today's Rex Morgan is the one that we accidentally read in advance a week ago. So I won't be doing Rex Morgan today, and I'll be going back to it tomorrow. So we'll be fully caught up. Instead, why don't we go back to Mary Worth and check in? I remember last time a man had just gotten dumped, and he was very upset. So let's see where we're at with that. Okay, it seems as though we are still on that trend, because this man is the same man who got dumped, and he still looks disheveled and unkempt. There's a quote to start off from Queen Elizabeth II. It says, "Grief is the price we pay for love. We have this guy saying, some may say you were only a fish, but you are my friend who loved me without judgment. Wilbur is devastated when his pet goldfish passes away. Wow, that's a lot of loss for one guy. He says, Stellan, I'm going to lay you to rest in the manner which you deserve. He named a goldfish Stellan? I'm making a proper bed for you because I want to give you the best. But how do I say goodbye to you? Oh, good Lord. Now, we see the dead goldfish in a box with flowers surrounding it. He says, my little buddy, you were always there for me. Good Lord, this is sad. I think I know why this woman dumped him. He's putting his fish to rest in boxes surrounded by flowers in a dark lit room. I mean, this isn't the man I'd want to go out to dinner with for sure. Holy crow, Wilbur is not well. It's a sad one to end this Sunday on, but I hope he gets outside soon. Let me think of what to comment here. Okay, I'm gonna say, is Stellan Wilbur's significant other who recently broke it off with him? Sorry, haven't been following the last week or so. I feel like that last sentence makes it seem like maybe I'm serious. So I'm interested how the Comics Kingdom community will reply. If they think there's someone in their midst, in their community, who really believes that Wilbur was dating a goldfish named Stellan. Send. All right, we got through a lot today. A beautiful day of comics. Now go outside and live in the real world. Or do what you want. I don't know why I said that. But enjoy the rest of your weekend. And remember, every day is funny.